Every year, Bay Area home sellers lose tens of thousands of dollars just because they make the same selling mistakes. The kind of mistake that seems small at the time but end up costing big. I've seen sellers miss out on 50,000, 100,000, sometimes even more, and not because the market was bad, but because of avoidable mistakes. Today, I'll walk you through the most common and most expensive mistakes, and number 3 is the one that almost shocked every homeowner I talk to. If you're thinking of selling your home, this is the list you can't afford to ignore. Let's start with the first mistake that can cost you thousands of dollars right off the gate. Mistake number 1, and this might sound obvious, but I see it happen all the time. That is starting off with a price that's too high. The thinking is usually like this: let's list high, we can always come down later.
The problem is,
in today's Bay Area market, that strategy almost always backfires. When a home starts overpriced, it sits on the market. The longer it sits on the market, the more buyers wonder what's wrong with it. So instead of creating urgency and competition, you end up the other way. In most cases, you always end up selling less for if you would have priced it right to begin with. And here's another thing people overlook: carrying costs. Every extra month your home sits on the market, you're still paying the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and utilities. That alone can add up thousands more on top of lowering your selling price. Even if a home is just listed 5% over comps, buyers will usually skip it. They'll just go straight to the homes that are priced competitively because they don't want to waste time on a seller who isn't realistic. Here's one that started to be an issue lately. If there's a lot of time that has passed between the previous sale or comparable that you have to be really careful about pricing.
what are you trying to say?
Here's what I mean. Say the last sale was over a year ago in your neighborhood. Given the time element, one can say you can ask a little bit higher for your property, especially if it's comparable to the last sale. But here's the thing. In today's shifting market, you can't just assume you'll get more because time has passed. Buyers are looking at what's happening right now. Mistake number 2, and this one gets overlooked a lot. That is staging. Many sellers think, why spend more money? Buyers can use their imagination. But here's the reality. Most buyers can't see past outdated furniture, clutter, or empty rooms. When a home isn't staged, it doesn't photograph as well. It doesn't show as well, and usually it doesn't sell as fast. And here's the kicker. According to the NAR, about 29% of agents say staging boosts offers by 1 to 10%, and nearly half says it cuts the time on market. On top of that, 83% of buyers' agents say staging helps buyers picture the property as their future home. That emotional connection, it's what moves the needle. And hey, look, I get it. Staging is an extra expense. But consider this. How many times have you walked through a new construction model home or a new community? What do they all have in common? They are all staged. If a Fortune 500 home builder, they're spending tens and thousands of dollars to stage their product, that should tell you something. Again, don't skip this. Professional staging isn't just about making a home look nice. It's about helping buyers picture themselves living there. And in the Bay Area where buyers are already, stretching their budgets, that emotional pull can make all the difference. If you're planning on selling your home here in the Bay Area, don't try to navigate all this alone. I work with homeowners every day to price, prepare, and position their homes so they sell for top dollar without unnecessary stress. If you want to avoid these costly mistakes, reach out. I'd be happy to walk you through the best strategy for your home. Mistake number 3, and this one shocks almost every homeowner I talk to. That is timing your sale wrong. Most people think if my home is nice and priced right, it'll sell no matter when I list it. But the truth is, timing can make or break your sale. Say for example, you have a house in Danville. Most buyers for Danville are typically families who are after the good school district. So naturally, there are more buyers out shopping during the spring before the new school year starts. That's when you see the most competition, and competition drives price. List that same home in late summer when families are already locked into school schedules and suddenly demand isn't as strong. Less demand means fewer showings, fewer offers, and usually less money in your pocket. And here's another piece sellers don't think about: competition timing. I've had this happen to me firsthand. I listed a property and another one in the same neighborhood came on the market just a week later. Now, here's the caveat: that other property had a much bigger patio, a distinct advantage. Plus, they priced lower than us. Guess what? That home went pending first. So yes, there are caveats. If another listing has a unique feature that yours doesn't, or if they come out undercutting you on price, it can pull buyers away. That's why sometimes if the market is slow, it's actually smarter to wait until the competing property goes pending before you bring yours on. Otherwise, you risk splitting buyers' attention and weakening your leverage. So you need to understand local buyer cycles and competition timing. In the Bay Area, spring and early summer tend to be the strongest, with the second wave in early fall. Don't leave it up to chance. Timing your sale right can literally mean six figures difference. Mistake number 4, and this one can really blindside sellers. That is skipping pre-sale prep and repairs. Too often I see homeowners think, well, the buyers can just take care of that, right? But the problem is when buyers see a home that needs obvious work, they either lower their offer or skip the home altogether. And in the Bay Area, more often than not, buyers will skip it. Small issues send big signals. A dripping faucet, peeling paint, cracked tile might seem minor, but for the buyer, it screams, we need to fix everything. Or what else are they hiding? And it's not just the repairs, it's also about preparation. In the Bay Area, it's standard practice and honestly a huge advantage to get a pre-sale inspection and have all your disclosures ready up front. Buyers here move fast, and when they see a complete disclosure package and inspection reports, it builds trust and reduces uncertainty. That transparency can make buyers more confident and more competitive with their offers. So don't cut corners, tackle the small repairs that make big impressions, get pre-sale inspections, and have your disclosures up front. Fresh paint, clean carpets, curb appeal upgrades, plus transparent disclosure package. All of this signals to buyers that your home is well cared for and worth paying top dollar for. Number 5, and this one leaves a lot of money on the table. That is not marketing your home aggressively enough. A lot of sellers think all it takes is to put a sign in the yard, hold a couple of open houses, and voila, the home will sell. I'll share a little secret with you. Most agents won't tell you. Open houses aren't nearly as effective for selling as people think. You know what? They're great for getting new contacts. Buyers usually schedule private showings or view homes online first. So if you're only relying on a sign in the yard and a few open houses, you're probably missing the bulk of the buyers. Most buyers begin their search online, which means your home needs to pop visually if it's going to get noticed. Homes with high quality photos sell 32% faster than those with average or low quality images. Listings with professional photos also tend to get 61% more views than the ones with basic or amateur shots. The more people who see your home, the more competition you create. More competition equals better offers. So don't settle for the basics. You need a full marketing strategy. Crisp professional photos, video or virtual tours, floor plans, strong online listings, targeted digital ads, all of it. In the Bay Area, where competition is fierce and buyers are selective, smart marketing isn't just nice. It's what separates just sold from sold for top dollar. Number 6, and I know this might sound self-serving, but hear me out. That is not using an agent. Some sellers think, why pay a commission when I can just sell my home myself, right? But here's the problem. A majority of the buyers are already working with their own realtors. That means you'd be negotiating against professionals who do this every day while you're on your own. Do you really want to take the risk with what's likely your biggest asset? So if you go for sale by owner, here's the reality. FSBO homes sell for less. According to the NAR, the median FSBO sale price was $55,000 lower than agent-assisted sales. Even after saving on commission, most FSBO sellers end up netting less because they don't have the same pricing strategy, marketing reach, or negotiating power. And here's something most sellers don't realize. Those FISBO websites, they're actually run by agent, which means when you list there, 99% of the call that you're going to get are from realtors trying to pitch you on on listing your property, not actual buyers. The exposure you think you're getting isn't what you really get. Don't try to go at it alone. Using an agent isn't just about putting a sign in the yard. It's about getting your home in front of the largest pool of buyers, having a strategy to position it, and negotiating the best outcome so you don't leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So ask yourself this: would you rather gamble your equity to save commission or maximize your sale and protect your investment? Mistake number 7, and this one can quietly kill momentum. That is not being flexible on showings. Hey, look, I get it. Showings are inconvenient, especially if you're still living in the property. You've got to keep the home clean, be ready to leave in a short notice, and sometimes it feels like a hassle. But here's the thing: if buyers can't get in to see your home, they move on to the next one. And especially right now when inventory is increasing in the Bay Area, buyers have more options. If they can see your home when it's convenient for them, not convenient for you, chances are they'll just go see the next one down. The more homes they see, the easier it is for yours to get overlooked. Please be as flexible as possible. Yes, it's a little inconvenient, but it's only temporary. A few weeks of flexibility can be the difference between one offer and multiple offers that push the price up tens and thousands or tens of thousands. Mistake number 8, and this one trips up even the smartest sellers. That's getting too emotional. I know it's completely natural. Your home, my home, it holds years of memory. So of course, it feels priceless to us. But buyers, they don't share those memories. They see it as a property. They'll evaluate it strictly based on the market. Here's where emotions cause real problems. Some sellers reject good offers because they feel insulted, or they dig into small repair requests just out of principle. Others hear comments during showings like, why did they paint it like this color? Or why didn't they update this? And they take it personally, when in reality, that's just how buyers process a home. Meanwhile, the home sits, momentum fades, and in the end, they often sell for less than the first, that they turn down. Letting your emotions dictate decisions can cost you big. Treat the sale like a business decision, not a personal one. Lean in on market data, focus in on your bottom line, and remember the goal: maximize your net proceeds and move forward. Bonus mistake, and this one surprises a lot of sellers. That is rejecting the first offer just because it came in fast. For so many years in the Bay Area, multiple offers were the norm. If you didn't like the first offer, you could just wait a week and a handful of others would roll in. But with today's market shifting and inventory increasing, that's no longer guaranteed. There's a saying in real estate: your first offer is often your best offer. And in many cases, that's true. The most motivated and serious buyers are usually the ones who show up first. They've been watching the market, they're pre-approved, and they're ready to move. But I see sellers hesitate. They think, if I got an offer this quickly, maybe if I wait, I'll get more. Sometimes that happens, but often waiting means momentum slows. Buyers lose urgency, and later offers don't match up to the first one. Again, in the Bay Area where competition isn't what it used to be, rejecting the first solid offer can mean leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table. So don't just dismiss that first offer. Look at the terms, the strength of the buyer, and how it stacks up against the market. The goal isn't to hold out just for the sake of holding out. Again, the goal is to maximize your net proceeds and move on with your life. And those are the biggest mistakes that can cost Bay Area sellers tens and thousands of dollars. If you found this helpful, check out my video on the biggest mistakes home buyers make. It pairs perfectly with this one. And don't forget to hit the subscribe. You don't want to miss on more tips on how to navigate the Bay Area real estate market. Plus, I got other real estate videos on hand. Thanks for watching.